Two drivers who certainly know all about Sports 2000, Hanley and Mick Mobley. Great to have you both here this weekend here at Silverstone. Howden, we'll start with you first. You've had quite a long and illustrious career with racing sports cars a lot and a few Grand Prix on top of that, but how nice it's to be back along some proper grassroots sports prototype racing.
Yeah, well, it's great. Particularly that last race we came to see was won by one of my cars, the Tiger. So far I'm having a really good day, but it is great to see so many of them still here, still out racing. You know, the 79, 80 cars, amazing they're still alive.
So tell us about your career with Sports 2000. What sort of history do you have with the championship and these kind of cars?
Well, we joined in, we were persuaded to build cars to fit the formula when it started in 77, sorry. And then we developed our car and eventually we became the dominant make. And we eventually, over the years, we sold 250 Sport 2000, Europe, here and in America. So Sports 2000 for me has got a lot of good memories.
How great is it to see so many of those cars in circulation still racing, particularly here this weekend at Silverstone? It must be pretty satisfying that a lot of your customers have kept them going. Yes,
it's very satisfying, and when we were building them in period, I never imagined that I would be here so many years later, and there they are, they're still going around and still winning.
Do you fancy getting back behind the wheel of them yourself?
No, way too old. Way too old, too dopey, too slow, can't see where I'm going. No, you know, it's a fantasy to get back behind the wheel, but the real part is that I shouldn't, can't, won't.
Great stuff. Well, it's great to see you here, of course, Hanley. Well, I'll chat with you, Mick. Of course, you've rallied people like Ian Flux in the past as well with championships. You've got great memories of being in these kind of paddocks and racing with these kind of sports cars in the past as well.
Yes. Well, I ran Ian Flux, Sean Walker, Evan Clements, Tony Westwood, even David Proffitt. We've been doing Sports 2000 for a long time. Very fond memories. It's lovely to see the cars out again. Some of them look even better than they did in period, as Howden will say.
They do, yeah.
And it's just a good formula, to be truthful, for someone to start up in and to develop the driving skills. It's really, you know, competitive, really. The Pinto class brings special memories to me, and I think Howden's about the same. And it's always been very competitive, and a good comradeship between the drivers and the teams, and it's been very good to me.
How impressed do you see, like I spoke to Howard, of course, how impressed do you see so many cars in great condition, particularly the older historic cars that have been in good spec given they've been around for so long?
Yeah, it's very good that people maintain them, and of course there's a really good spares industry going on for Sports 2000. You've got people making bodywork still, people making wishbones and components, and it's been a good thing for Britain, to be truthful. 90% of the cars manufactured in Britain.
Yes.
Lola, Tigers, yes. Shrikes, Guns, you know, all local British stuff.
And of course, the races have been great today as well. How much have you impressed with some of the driving standards that have been out over this weekend? It's been pretty top-class racing. They pushed them quite hard.
Absolutely, and it's nice to see some of the older guys, you know, still being able to run at the front. It's really good. I've really enjoyed coming this weekend.
Well, it's great to have you both here. It's wonderful to have you watching the championship and be a part of the paddock. So, Howard and Mick, fantastic to have you here, and thanks for having a chat to us.
No, thank you very much.
Alan, we've met each other a few times during this season. It's been a busy season for all, but your first season officially as coordinator of the championship.
That's correct. Yeah, it's been a great fun, and they're great boys to be involved with.
Now, you've been involved in motorsport with historics and so forth for many years. You thought you'd retire, and then we got you involved in this one.
Yes, I got approached by Mike Turner at the end of last year, wanted to know what I was going to do, and I said I didn't know. He said, I think I've got something for you to do then. And it's been great. I mean, I know a number of the guys because with the Pinto engines, some of those guys have been doing historics. But I came into this just knowing a few people, and they've been very welcoming. It's been a great bunch of people to be with, and good racing as well. You know, and very good discipline on track. I mean, we witnessed it today in this last race. They're very good with looking after the safety car, looking after each other. No, it's a great series to be involved with.
I've got to say, because this is our third time we've been involved with your good selves this season, and yeah, good clean racing, there's a lot of respect.
There's an awful lot of respect amongst the guys, and it's good to see, and it's nice to know that people are coming here, they're coming meeting with friends, that it's a family involvement. A lot of them have got their wives and girlfriends here helping out. It's a great paddock to be involved in.
Now, your job's one of these jobs which is an unsung one, really. It's behind the scenes. People don't really notice, but there's a lot needs putting together to put these events together.
I actually have the easy part. I mean, I've got to say that Roger and Mike do a lot of the work in behind the scenes, and they're the ones that really need to be congratulated. And Terry as Clark here, he's very good. He's on the ball. For me, it's fairly straightforward because it's just simple communication. We have a WhatsApp facility here, so I can regularly communicate with the guys during the meeting. They're all very good, they respond to the communication, so my job's half done before I even start.
So Chaz, I always like catching up with people behind the scenes because that's what makes these things work. Now, you've been associated quite a while with this, race commentary and doing the race reports. You've got to be a busy guy.
Yeah, it's always good to be involved in multiple ways in a weekend. You know, I get to come and chat to the drivers and teams and see how everybody's weekend's going, and then I get to watch the racing, enjoy it, shout about it, try and promote it on social media, and then of course do the race reports as well, relive it afterwards. You know, I'm very lucky to sort of be involved with it in so many different ways.
I mean, it's such a large grid. There's a lot of people, as we can see here, even in between races. Do you feel pressure to, like, you've got to name check everybody, or how's it sort of work?
There's only a few occasions where we get a car on the grid that I haven't seen before, and obviously the more years I'm involved with it, the more I recognise people and maybe change liveries and so on from year to year. Usually for me as a commentator, it's down to car numbers, which often don't change as well. People see that as a bit of an identity, but it's such a close family that you very quickly learn if anybody new comes in, you get acquainted to them very fast and you have a good chat with them, and it's such a friendly paddock. I mean, I'm always up for having a chat with people and catching up, so it's perfect for me, really, to be honest, and it adds to the commentary because they're so easy to speak to as well, and everyone's really eager to show you their car and show you how they've worked on it, what's changed from last time, and just even their personal life as well, just knowing what's going on behind the scenes. It's a wonderful thing to be a part of like that, and yeah, it's not often that I have to name check people now.
How long have you been doing this for?
I started actually in July 2020 when we had the first race since COVID at Snetterton, and that was the first event I'd ever done in my real world commentary career, because I started in sim racing back in 2018, and now I do it full time and I commentate all over Europe and have many different championships, and it's a dream come true. It's a hell of a job, it's good fun.
And there's a lot to learn. We've got people from all walks of life, haven't we, on this grid?
Yeah, definitely. There's people that have been racing for a long time. I mean, Mike Turner's in his 70s now and he's raced against some amazing names in his career, and he's a great guy to speak to, and he's still driving cars that are nearly as fast as GT3 cars, and it's just epic to see. And then you get the likes of people like John Eiley, who used to be an aerodynamicist for Michael Schumacher and Ferrari during their championship years. You know, there's names that aren't now in the public eye as much, but they're still involved in racing and still doing it just because they love it, and that's why a lot of people are here. You know, everyone's enjoying themselves. There's a really close-knit community. Everyone just loves it. It's great.